1 million people achieve their financial goals online.
Over the past 16 years, ClickBank has sold over 300 million digital products and created wealth for more than 100,000 people. Now, we want to help even more people rocket to financial success online. And whether that means earning a few $100s extra each month in your spare time, maybe it's replacing your salary, putting a little cash away for retirement, or even generating real wealth that can deliver you and your family the type of luxurious lifestyle previously reserved for only the rich and famous. So keep watching this free presentation because Adam and I are going to reveal why it's never been easier to get started online, build a job-replacing, life-changing income, and finally forever take control of your life more than it is right now. And if you've ever thought you're too late to join the party, that there's simply too much competition, or that it sounds way too technical and super complicated for you, well, here's the truth. You've got a rare advantage over our current ClickBank success stories. Why? Because as you'll see in a moment, you're going to be able to stand on the shoulders of men and women just like you who are already making the income of their dreams. You get to follow a proven path to success that they already laid out for you and turn your interests, passions, and hobbies into money. And I'm talking about hobbies like cooking, baseball, writing, video games, fashion, beauty, investing, self-improvement, you name it. Whatever you're into, we'll show you how easy it is to emulate the tens of thousands of success stories with ClickBank and generate income by sharing your passions with others, and it gets even better.
Watch right to the end of this video to get the 3-step system you can implement right now to begin bringing in cash on the side. Even if you're a busy mom holding down a full-time job and dealing with a gaggle of screaming kids, that's right, by the end of this free presentation, you'll have everything you need to make your first money online, and there's never been a smarter time to do it than right now. Why? Because the world is changing. You can feel it, can't you?
And from the looks of the next video, it won't be long before we are perhaps all replaced by robots. This is the newest version of Honda's Asimo humanoid robot.
A new report in the New York Times says so-called boomerang kids aren't just a temporary phenomenon, but part of a new and permanent life stage. You've heard about them, young adults with college degrees who move back into their parents' homes because of crushing student loan debt and frustration over not being able to land a good-paying job.
Here's something that may shock you. Within the next 20 years, experts are predicting up to 45% of US jobs are at risk of automation. In other words, people maybe like you who have worked hard their whole lives, who have played by the rules, who have diligently put in the hours and showed up to work every day on time are about to have their livelihood stolen from under their noses by a bunch of microchips. Doesn't seem fair, does it? And it's not just the older generation who are at risk either. If you've just left school, the future looks pretty bleak, doesn't it? And I'm not just talking about struggling to get a job. The cost of going to college are skyrocketing year on year. Did you know the cost of higher education has grown 1,120% since 1978? And if you do make it through college, many leave drowning in debt and competing with hundreds of other similar graduates for the same minimum wage job. And not being able to afford rent or even a decent meal forces you to shack up with mom and dad until you save up enough money to go at it alone. Is it any wonder so many graduates live in their parents' basement until their early 30s these days?
Now that may sound pretty depressing unless you realize that with big change comes massive opportunity. The world is changing right before your eyes. Yet, I believe we're smack bang in the middle of the biggest creation and distribution of wealth in history. And now you're perfectly positioned to profit from it. You see, right in front of you is a new and affordable form of higher education. Only this education provides something colleges never could. The tools, training, the know-how to actually build a long-term income for yourself. So now you're not at the mercy of an employer who would rather have a computer doing your job. You're not stressing about having enough money to see your way through retirement. And you're not sweating bullets over qualifications that mean little in the real world. Instead, you're at the right place at the right time to ride a wave of fortunes being made as